Hi guys, today we'll be making this crochet rose for Mother's Day. The rose is pretty easy and I'll be walking you through the steps by one. And yeah, let's get started. The stuff you'll need is a crochet hook. This, I am pretty sure, is a size 3 I am using. If you want to use a bigger size, you can, but this is the size I'm going to use. And for our yarn today, we need 2 different colors. A green for the stem and leaves, and a color for your actual rose. This is, I think, a size 4 yarn, or 3. And this is 4 or 5, I can't quite remember. And make sure you have your pair of scissors, and for this specific one you need a hot glue gun or any form of glue. First, to get started, you need to learn how to do a slip knot. To do a slip knot, you're going to wrap your yarn around your finger and you make an X. And you take a crochet hook, put it into the top right portion, and we grab the end and we drag it out. Make sure to keep holding on to your end as you tighten. And this is what a slip knot should look like. And you're going to tighten it. And then to hold it in your hand, you're going to wrap around between your ring finger and pinky over your 2 middle fingers behind your index, and you're going to hold the slip knot with your middle finger and thumb. And to start, we are going to make 48 chains. So to make a chain, you're going to move your hook in front of the yarn, behind, and then as you pull through, face your hook towards the floor. Just like this. And you repeat that. Again, you go in front of yarn, be round, and as you pull through, pull this. And it should look like a braid. Similar, and you're going to do this 48 times. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Depending what size your yarn is, it might look smaller or bigger than mine. But as long as it's the same number, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to finish the rest of my 48 chains, and I'll be back. These are my 48 chains. Now we're going to move on to our very first row. Sorry, hold on. To do our first row, we are going to go from the second chain from the hook. So this is our first one, and this is our second one. We're going to half double crochet into the second hook from the second chain from the hook. To make a half double, you're going to wrap the yarn around like you're doing a chain. You're going to hold that with your finger, and then we're inserting that into the stitch, yarn around again, and pull through the chain. Then you're going to have 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to wrap the yarn again and pull through all 3 loops. That is your first half double crochet. if you're a beginner or anyone for that matter, you can use a stitch marker or a safety pin or a different colored yarn. It doesn't matter. But if you want to mark that first stitch, just put it through the V there that we just made. We're going to secure it. Every stitch on when you look at it from a top view will look like a V. So that's what we mean by stitch. Again, we're going to wrap your yarn around and then insert into the next chain. We don't skip any more chains. That's just for the beginning. Again, you're going to yarn around, hold, insert into the very next chain, yarn around again, pull through the chain and yarn. And we're going to do this all the way down. Now meet you at the end here. I got to the end here. Tell that is our end. Now we're going to chain 2. And then we're gonna add our second row. So again, behind the yarn to the front, and that's the first chain and our second chain. Then you're gonna turn. Instead from behind, you're gonna turn to the front, just so. So instead of turning it like this, I'm gonna turn it to your right, to your left. There you go. And this right here is gonna be our first stitch. This one right here is gonna be our first stitch. So now we're going to make 3 double crochets in the first stitch right here. To make a double, you're gonna yarn around, hold, insert your hook into your first stitch, yarn over, pull through. But the only difference is when you yarn over, you're only gonna go through 2, and then yarn over again through. That's 2 remaining loops. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. I'll show you guys one more time. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through. That'll be, you have 3 loops on your hook. Then you wrap your yarn, pull through 2, and then wrap your yarn, pull through again. After your 3 double crochets, you're going to skip that stitch, that next stitch, and we're going to move on to our second stitch. And we're going to do another 3 double crochets in that same stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2 more. Basically, you just skip one, go into the next one, skip one, go into the next one. Skip this one, and go into this one, and then double crochet 3. Skip, 3 double crochets, skip, 3 double crochets, and so on until the very end. So I'll do that and I'll be back. After you got to the very end, you're going to chain 2 again. Turn gonna work one more time. This will be our last row. And then we are going to, do one double crochet and then 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochet and then a slip stitch. So you're gonna wrap your yarn around, turn to the first stitch, and make a double crochet, and then into the next stitch we're gonna add 2. Next one, we're going to add 1. The next one, we're going to add a slip stitch. To do a slip stitch, we're just going to insert a hook to the next stitch. You have to go behind. You don't need to do, so you're going to wrap. The hook just needs to be able to drag it back through, and then this is our slip stitch. And then again, because that was a little confusing, make a double crochet into the next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then a slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, drag, and then put the first loop through the second loop. And it should look something like this. Do it one more time. Double crochet. Two double crochets. And then another 1 double crochet. And then a slip stitch. I'm gonna do that. Repeat that all the way to the end. And after it's okay if it looks twisted, because this is what we want it to look like. Just gonna continue that till the end of the row. I finished my stitches, and I went ahead and trimmed. And to fasten off, you're going to make the loop a little bigger. And you tuck the end through the loop, but don't tighten it yet. I cut this too short, so cut it a little bit longer. Sorry. Keep splitting. Okay. And just going to put the end through the loop like this. Taking this end, going behind the loop that we just made and tightening it. I'm going to show you a little better on another rose. that looks like. And I'm not gonna leave the end on this one. Just gonna cut it off closer to the knot. This because we're gonna glue it on your stick anyway. Any stick is fine. I'm using a skewer. I'm gonna teach you guys how to assemble it. Just to show you guys how to fasten off again. Cut it relatively good length. And you're gonna put the end through the loop. Then you're taking this loop and putting it through the loop we just made. And then we tighten. Just like that. That's how you fasten off. And now we're gonna make this leaf part right here. To make the leafy part, we need a magic ring. There's multiple ways how to make a magic ring. But this is the way I do it. I wrap the yarn around my hand like normal, but then I make an X on my middle finger. And then it's the hook top right, yarn over, pull through, and then what you're going to do is chain 2. Then you're going to make a half double into the magic ring. So yarn over, hold, insert the hook into the ring, yarn over, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now you're going to make 5 more. Yarn over, more. Now you're going to take your tail and tighten it, not too much. Should tighten like this, but not too much. And now you're going to slip stitch into that first stitch. So your hook. To make this part easier, when you start making the magic ring, you can add a stitch marker to your first stitch. Just like this. You see there's that hole? Now, you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, from the second chain from the hook, I'm going to add a single crochet. To do a single, just insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through it too. And then into the next 2, we're going to make 1 half double crochet each. 1, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through all 3. That is 2. And then for our remaining 2 chains, we're going to double crochet. Insert, pull through 2, pull through 2. Again. And then we're going to slip stitch into that next V. And we're going to repeat this process until we go all around. So chain 6, single, 2 half double, 2 double, and then slip all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. This is what it should look like after you are finished. It should have 6 petals. I'm gonna fasten off. Pull the tail through the loop. I didn't even realize I was whispering. This is what it should look like. Now we're gonna move on to the gluing step. Okay? Now I'm going to teach you how to make the leaves. The leaves are by far probably the easiest part. You guys don't need to add the leaves, but if you want to. Now you're going to start with a slip knot. Chain 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're gonna slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. You're gonna do a single crochet, and then a half double crochet, then a double into the next one. You can see it's like creating like a diagonal line, and then we're gonna add a treble or a triple. So you're gonna yarn twice, wrap twice, and then hold it, insert it to the next hole stitch, and then yarn over, pull through. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. So I'm going to do that one more time. Wrap around, yarn twice, insert into the next stitch, pull through, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Then we will do a double to the next one, a half double, a single, and then finally a slip stitch. Basically, I'm gonna repeat this one more time. Then we're gonna single, half double, double, a triple or treble. They have 2 names for some reasons. another triple, sorry. Then double, half double, a single, and a slip. This is what it should look like by the end of that row. Now, do another slip stitch into the same stitch. Flip it upside down. So the twisty part like this is on top. And we're going to find this one right here. And then we're making a single here. Just hold the yarn here so you can weave it in as you go. Now, going half double, and a double, and two triples, a double, half double, single, slip, single, and repeat that to the end. This is what it should look like after you're finished. I gave up. I weaved in around halfway, and then all you do is cut off the end, and here it is. To weave through the loop and back behind and pull. That is how you get your sleeve. This one probably have the one in the end to do with a crochet hook, or you do it with a needle. Okay. And then you just stab it through here, and then you're just gonna pull it through. This is what it should look like with our end sewn in. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna grab a skewer, pointy side, or if yours is pointy. Add some glue, and then we're taking our rose, we're sticking it. Like this, and then what you're going to do is apply glue to the end and glue it sort of loosely so people can see that rose pattern. And I'll meet you guys later at the end. This is roughly what it should look like after you have glued it. And now we will be taking the stem we made earlier, just gluing the ends down. Hold on. Sorry, that was just my mom. Now, don't cut off all ends because the one at the bottom, we need that too. And we're gonna put the stick in the hole and drag it up like so. And tighten this up there. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue these petals down like that. This is what it should look like after everything is glued down. Okay. Now I'm gonna add a little glue there, and then we're gonna twist this end around the stick. Back. I'll be back to show you why we are gonna glue down that string on the stick. The only reason why we did that is so when we put in our leaf, find a whole stretch, or the stick. And the hole can be difficult to just be creative. Look like this. And then before we raise it, we're just gonna add a little glue. Just gonna glue it down. Oh no, I put it in the wrong hole. This one in the middle. Okay. If your hole is fine, then don't mind me. I'm just a little slow today. This is what it should look like after you glue the leaf. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get your green ball of yarn and you're going to stick a little glue here. You don't need a lot of glue, you just need a little bit at the beginning. Wrap it all the way down to the end and just glue the end. And I'll be back when I finish. This is roughly what it should look like. I cut around this much of it because I didn't want it too short and I didn't want it too long. Oh, there you go. You made your rose. And you can make multiple of these. You don't need the leaf necessarily. Just added it like a cute accessory. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will hopefully post more tutorials in the future. And hopefully this was easy enough for you to follow. Bye!